We've seen a pretty big dip in the markets recently, but this has been a shakeout of the weaker hands. Just keep in mind that we are still in the last quarter of the bull run. So although the crashes, the dips can be hard, they can be a little scary, this is a great time to be accumulating. So I have been accumulating Solana, Cardano, and KADENA, and I'm going to show you exactly why in this video, showing you some technical analysis and some news about these coins and why I'm so bullish. So fear and doubt is definitely at all-time highs for Cardano, and Cardano has been trending downwards ever since it released smart contracts. And the same thing happened when it released staking. The market bought the rumor and then sold the event for its staking, and then it did the exact same thing with smart contracts, which I actually spoke about in a previous video. So Cardano went from the number 3 spot on CoinMarketCap, just behind Ethereum, to number 6. Now, I am bullish for Cardano, and I think they're going to make a turnaround, and this is why. Europe's largest crypto exchange greenlights Cardano. The organization in discussion is none other than Bitstamp. The company is the largest platform in Europe, and it's the longest standing crypto exchange. So not only that, but we also have this great tweet from Dan Garbadello, and I really hope that I'm pronouncing his last name right. He's an amazing Cardano enthusiast on YouTube. He knows so much about the coin. And he says, some people are talking about selling their ADA, and I am sitting here finally thinking about heavily accumulating for the first time in a long time, and I can't help but completely agree with him. We are also seeing an increase in the number of projects that are being built on Cardano, which is really great. So Solana actually has the number 1 spot at 31%, which is why I'm so bullish on Solana, but I'll get to that later on in this video. But Cardano has grown to 6%, which is really good. That's what we want to see. We want developers to be building with Cardano because that builds a use case, and that's happening. So what I like about Cardano's chart is it always seems to be pretty consistent. So we usually have a big run up, like huge run up. Sometimes it just feels like Cardano never stops, but then we correct. And then we have another big run up. This was the smart contracts, and then we correct heavily. And even look kind of how similar these run ups are and how similar the corrections are. So this was smart contracts. And the same thing happened to staking. As I said before, Cardano ran up heaps when they were going to release staking, and then it corrected very heavily. So this seems to just be the consistency of the chart. But let's dive into it further and look at what happened before we saw the run up with smart contracts. So firstly, we saw higher lows on the chart, but then we also saw lower lows on the RSI. Now, what this is called is hidden bullish divergence. And this is basically a trend reversal pattern. So this is a really good indicator to get in early before a coin really takes off. And this is exactly what happened. We saw higher lows and we saw lower lows on the RSI. And this was a divergence pattern indicative of a breakout. And then of course, straight from this point here, we broke out. Now, what is really interesting that I want to show you guys is on the weekly chart. On the weekly chart, what I see is forming is we've got higher lows on the chart, but then we're also getting lower lows on the RSI. And I'm watching this very, very, very closely because I do see that if this lower low continues on the RSI, that we are probably going to start seeing a big trend reversal with Cardano. And I actually have bought in and around $1.70. I think this is a great price for Cardano right now. We've corrected very steadily for a while now, and I think we are building now evidence of finally some trend reversal. Okay, so the next coin I have been accumulating in this dip has been Solana, and so have a lot of other people because we bounced back so quickly when we initially dipped, which is building bullish sentiment, but I'll get to that in a second. But Solana is one of the fastest, most optimized, best blockchains to use for DeFi and NFTs. I don't use Ethereum based projects anymore, protocols. I don't buy NFTs from OpenSea. I don't use Ethereum because it's just not worth it for me to pay those transaction fees. I use Solana. And when we dipped, Solana bounced back really quickly. And this article says, the market will always favor coins that have shown just enough strength prior to the price drop. In this case, due to Solana's prior history of success and stability, there is still a large percentage of the market that has the confidence and faith. So in the event there is a slight market drop, it is not too much of a concern due to the expectation it would quickly redirect to positive growth. Okay, so some bullish news for Solana is that PayPal has been following Solana pretty closely to see if there's ways that Solana could scale their network. So this article says that PayPal looks into Polkadot and other Ethereum killer projects to boost the scalability of its technology. And Solana developers believe that the Sol network blockchain could be 4 times faster than it is currently. Now, Solana is already one of the fastest cryptocurrencies out there. It's the reason why I use Solana, because it's cheap and it's fast. Transactions happen straight away, which is one of the best use cases for Solana. When you're using DeFi, when you're making trades, like you want your transaction to go through pretty quickly, especially when the markets can be so volatile. But Solana developers are saying that, hang on a second, we think we could be 4 times faster than we currently are now. And if that's true, this is so bullish for Solana. So bloody bullish for Solana in the long term. And this is why Analyses expect Sol price to bounce back to new all-time highs. And I can't help but agree with that. All right, so let's dive into Solana's chart. Let's see what's been happening with Solana. Now, we had a cup and handle, and then we broke on out to the upside. And we actually established very solid support in and around $188 to $190 Solana. And we actually hit that support a number of times before we broke on out into the upside again, reaching all-time highs. Now, this support is so strong, we actually hit it again when we came back down, but we bounced very quickly off it. So if Bitcoin continues to fall, I actually would be setting limit orders in and around this support level here. Now, what I want to show you, which is really bullish for Solana, is we have, I'm just going to make it a little bit clearer for you guys. So what we have is a reverse head and shoulders pattern. That's a really, sorry, my drawing's terrible. Yeah, we have a reverse head and shoulders pattern. And what this is essentially, this is a bullish trend reversal. So what does that mean? It means that we've been trending downwards, we've been correcting, but this is the sign, this is an indicator of a reversal, or indicative of a reversal of that bearish trend or that dip or that correction. We are now beginning to trend upwards. And you can see that since we had this head and shoulders pattern, that we have been trending this like green line here, we've been beginning to trend upwards. So I'm hella bullish for Solana. This chart looks very solid for me. And also we're seeing those spikes in volume when we are dipping. So that's showing me that people are buying up the dips. I'm one of those people. So yeah, good chart. Go Solana. Okay, let's talk about KADENA, one of my absolute favorite cryptocurrencies right now. But before we do this, if you're enjoying the video, if you're finding it valuable, don't hesitate to give me some feedback in the comments below, or just smash that like button or dislike button, whatever. Also, don't hesitate to hit the subscribe button. There's some great content on our channel, and I make videos every week on how you can make money in cryptocurrency. I just want to make you guys money. I want to make myself money, but I want to make you guys money as well. All right, let's get back to KADENA. There is some bullish news for KADENA this month regarding their DeFi and NFT gaming. And this article says that the soaring price for the protocol's token throughout much of October and November follows KADENA's launch of WKDA, a wrapped version of its token for the Ethereum network. Among other things, the wrapped version of KDA would allow the token to be utilized on the many decentralized finance applications that exist on the Ethereum network. Moreover, it would also allow for trading of KDA tokens on Ethereum-based decentralized exchanges like Uniswap, which would make the token much more accessible for a larger use base. Now, at the moment, KADENA is mainly just on Hotbit and also KuCoin. And these are the two places where most people have been buying their KADENA. So I think that, you know, once KADENA hits Binance, once it hits Coinbase, like once it starts getting more notability, the price is going to skyrocket a lot more. So just keep in mind that the fact that it's not listed on a lot of exchanges, that could potentially be a big opportunity for you to buy it before it gets onto those big exchanges. Okay guys, so let's take a look at some technical analysis for KADENA. Let's look at what's been happening. So prior to the breakout, we had an ascending triangle where we were hitting key resistance levels at the top, but we were building pressure from the bottom. We were getting those higher lows. And that eventually led to a breakout, a big breakout. Now, KADENA just didn't stop. Like, KADENA was on fire for a long time. I actually made a video about KADENA. You can watch it in the link above. But KADENA just didn't seem to stop or slow down for a long time. But now we have corrected and we've hit this key support level in and around $16 to $17, in and around $16. And you can see that we hit this support once, twice, 3 times. And after we corrected and fell, we actually hit it again and bounced directly off it. So we are seeing very strong support in and around this price level. So now that we've hit that support, what does this chart say? So what I see is bullish divergence. So this is where we are descending. We're getting lower lows on the chart, but we're getting higher lows on the RSI. And this is indicative of a trend reversal. So this is meaning, or this is showing us that this is probably like the downtrend is probably over and now we're going to start moving higher. Now, if Bitcoin drops more, I would be setting limit orders in and around this support level because this support level seems to be very strong at the moment, but it doesn't look like that's going to happen at the moment. But so far, so good. This support level is holding and we have this bullish divergence occurring and I see the trend changing. So thank you for watching today's video. I hope to see you next time.